Well, it's 21st out here, like 10:30 or so, and the saga begins. I think we're pretty well ready to go here. Got all kinds of shit in there, and it's going to take off. My brother-in-law here is going to run me over about 700 miles to a place in Idaho, and we're going to pick up another one of these kind of things, but an older one. So off we go. Well, we got in late last night, and here's what we came to get. Right here. And that's what we're hopefully going to get. Was my uncle's. And unfortunately, he never got to drive it after it got painted. But, or chose never to drive it, I guess. But, got to throw some tires, battery, and whatnot, and then hopefully we can light this up and drive it 700-800 miles home to its new place. Pretty cool shop here, and yeah, got some projects and some cool vehicles. Well, I didn't do much of a road trip adventure. We ended up in the dark and there wasn't a whole bunch to see anyway, but suffice it to say, we've got this, I'm driving the red truck, I'm following the silver one, and we're headed out of our location here over in Idaho, and on our way home we'll see how it goes. This red truck has been sitting for 4 years. I brought new tires along, put them on, and battery to put in it. Had to fix some the vacuum line off the vacuum pump in order to make the brakes work. But we're headed out of town here. I'll come back in a little while. Well, here's the pair of the diesel trucks side by side. Silver one was my dad's and the red one was his brother's. And yeah, this is one we went and got. It's a 1980, pretty red. It had been smashed and was actually at a body shop when I picked it up. I guess my uncle was never in good enough health to go get it and drive it after it was repaired, which is too bad. But you can see we're pretty loaded there. The red one's the 80 1500 4-speed. I think I got a little over 30, maybe about 30 miles to the gallon. You know, it's full of stuff. And silver one here, my dad's old truck, is an 81 1600 5-speed, and I believe that he got about 38 miles to the gallon. So that's the difference between the 4 and the 5-speed and another 100 cc's. This one also has slightly smaller tires, which might help the mileage. But they did us proud and got us home with a load of crap. And it's possible in a couple weeks we'll be going back and doing it all over again with both of them. 24th of October out here, and as usual I don't have anything rehearsed to say, but I'll just talk a little bit, I guess. Just went on a road trip and kind of wanted to bring you guys along. I took a little bit of footage out the window as we were driving, and on the way there, not much, and then on the way back we reached in our own truck, and I kind of poked the camera, tried to get it out the windshield. Unfortunately, the Sony likes to focus on the splattered bugs on the windshield and not on what's past the windshield, so I don't know how much of that's going to come out. I haven't viewed it yet, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I got that little red truck, and it was my uncle's truck, and he passed probably a month ago, a little bit more maybe, and I was able to acquire that old truck, and it was originally purchased for him from my dad. My dad got it for him, but it had been in front of his house, and it was in kind of a precarious spot when it's icy out, and it got hit, which took out the driver's door and the whole rear quarter on that side, and basically it was a total. But a friend of his has a body shop, and my uncle didn't want to total the truck out, so he went ahead and fixed it up, made it a good driver again. Unfortunately, my uncle was not in good enough health, to go get it and actually use it after it was fixed, so he never got to drive it in its present state. I'm very fortunate to have it. I will do a few upgrades to it as a long haul kind of a driver. It needs more power, and it needs a 5-speed. So I'll probably put a turbo diesel 5-speed in it. I have one on the floor that I saved. I had an 80 Rabbit 2-door with that, and I'd had that turbo diesel 5-speed in it. And I got rear-ended, which pushed the rear of that car up to the rear wheels and beyond. But I was able to get my car and keep my engine and stuff out of it. So I have that, and that's probably what I'll put in there. But just for posterity, my uncle was a renowned geologist and paleontologist, and he'll be missed by a lot of people. It's amazing how many people's lives he's touched. He taught geology and paleontology at the university for many years. He was the man that discovered the Oregon ice caves over in eastern Oregon here. That was back in 1957 or 1958, I think. And a lot of great finds geologically, and dinosaur bones, etc. But he'll be missed by a lot of people. He knew more about the rocks and the makeup of this part of the world than most people. So anyway, but I'm wearing his hat here. It's kind of an odd color, but in fact that is a lucky color in Japan, and this was his favorite hat. He had one that's older that was full of holes, and he finally retired it, and that went with him when he passed. And then he had a couple of very pretty mouse gray hats, which was his normal color. But I was able to choose a hat. That's what I wanted, was a hat. And I'm going to hang it up on the elk horns here in my shop across from my dad's hat. I have one of my dad's old hats up there. So the two brothers will be together again. But I was just going to wear it a little bit here for memory and posterity. And anyway, I'm going to throw that video up. We went and we got the truck, and very minimal issues, and brought her home. And it's a nice little truck, and I'm going to keep that one. I don't even care about my other ones anymore, but I'm going to probably keep those two for for beating up. But yeah, it was a pretty good trip, and hopefully I've got some footage that will be a little bit of interest. And thanks for watching.